Hello. Hello, Mariana. Lovely to see you. Gosh, my throat is a bit weird today, so if I sound a bit husky, please forgive. I have water. I've been talking all day, so I'm a bit husky. I'm not using my voice properly, which is appalling for me, really. Oh, how are we? Who else have we got in tonight? Hello, Stephanie. I'm good. Hello, Kerry. Well, thank you, darling. That's very kind of you. Oh, I am absolutely fine. I'm busy. It's non-stop. But I'm quite excited because I now have my first two events for the book launch booked. One in Leeds and one in Sheffield, which is exciting. Very exciting. Okay, so we've got something different to do today. So about a couple of weeks ago, I did a podcast with a beautiful lady called Yolanda Williams. If you want to check out her podcast, it is the Energetic Alchemist, and once it goes live, I will be sharing the podcast we did together, which was great and really lovely. And we got on like house on fire, and we agreed to do a deck swap. And I did invite her to come and be with us tonight to use her deck, but she's in the States, and this is 2:00 in the afternoon for her, and she teaches every Tuesday afternoon. So sadly, that wasn't going to work. But we agreed we were going to do a deck swap. And just as a thing to do, we exchanged our decks. Now, Yolanda's deck is not a tarot deck; it is an oracle deck. But I thought what would be really interesting is if we use both of them. Oh, let me just move in. And so when I take a card for anybody today, I will also take one of Yolanda's oracle cards as well. Now, I haven't used this before, so I'm just going to show you. So this is, there we go. It's backwards. You'll have to forgive it. So there we go. So there's that, and that's the back. And inside, so there we go. So this beautiful clamshell box. And then, so we have a message. I'm going to have to put my glasses on to read the message because I'm a bit blind at the back. Okay, it says, your experience is always the treasure. Your understanding allows the light. That's my husband just walked in. Dog is very happy to see him. Your experience is always the treasure. Your understanding allows the light of your true nature to express more fully. Isn't that lovely? That's very nice. So that's the message on the box. And then we have a book, which is a lovely book. And we have the cards inside, which I have had a quick sort through. I'm going to take them out of the box now. So Yolanda works a lot with chakra energy, and so these are all, I think, to do with chakra energy. Now they only arrived today. But I've been reading all day, so I haven't had a chance to really work with them or to really dig into them at all. But so you're going to have to forgive me. But we're just gonna see what happens. We do have a book, so we can look up in the book if we have to. But I think we should, I think we can also go with the colors as well, because like my deck, they're all about energy. She is, after all, the Energetic Alchemist. So we have different colors on the cards, which I think align to different chakras, I think. Some of them have all the energy going on inside them. So I thought this would be fun. This would be a fun thing to do. And if I have to, I am not going to be proud. I'm not going to be too proud to look it up in the book. Okay? All right. Great stuff. Right. Well, I certainly need a bit of work on my throat chakra, which is decidedly crunchy. Okay. All right. So let's start off with Mariana. Hello, Danny. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. Right. So Mariana. So what I'm going to do, Mariana, is I'm going to take a card from my deck, and then I'm going to take a card from Yolanda's deck, and let's see what we've got. Be fun. It's always fun to play with a new deck, isn't it? Okay. Right, let's have a look. So Mariana is first up, because Mariana is always first in the queue, and that's really impressive. So that's very cool. Okay, Mariana wants a card. So we're going to take a guidance card for you, Mariana, and then we'll take a guidance card from the other deck as well. So double bubble today. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, that's interesting. So, Mariana, we have for the advice for the sort of coming week, we have this card. This is not a negative card, by the way. This just tells you that you need to be aware of the horror stories that your mind is telling you. This is anxiety. So it wants you to see the truth of what might be causing you to be anxious, especially important this coming week. So if there's anything in play which is kind of making you sort of go, oh, right, you need to see the truth of it, because this is just your mind doing stuff. This is not actually real. So this is the nightmare card. It's just a nightmare. It isn't real. Okay, so be guided by that. Right, whatever it's sometimes called the 4 a.m. card, right? Because it's the thing where you wake up at 4 a.m. and you go, oh God, it's all going to be awful. Of course, it looks so much better in the morning. So whatever this is, Mariana, whatever that is, make sure you see it for the truth, right? Really important. Okay, so what does the Energetic Alchemist say as a guidance card for you? Exploration. Well, that's really interesting, isn't it? And if this is, so this looks to me like a root chakra card, because we have red here, which is the color of root chakra, which means it's in our power base, isn't it? So if this is exploration, it's asking you to explore what's at the root of what's going on, what's underneath it, what is everything growing out of, okay? Because root chakra suggests it's going down into the energy, and it's what everything is growing out of and being fed by. So this is quite important that you make sure that what's underpinning everything is not what's causing that anxiety. Or if there's anxiety at the top, you need to look at the bottom of things to work out where that's coming from. Okay, so I think that makes sense, doesn't it? Really, in relation to the last card we've taken. So strengthening up your root chakra is gives you that solid base from which to operate. It gives you like a power base, which is strong and stable. We like that. That's quite good. Yes, I don't think I will. I don't think I need to look that up. I think I'm fairly solid with that one. I like that a lot. Good. Hope that's okay, Mariana. That's quite nice. I hope that helps. I hope that helps a lot. All right. So watch out for that anxiety, sweetie. Okay. What else do we have here? We have Kerry. Oh, thank you, Kerry. Yes, it is impressive. It looks lovely, doesn't it? How can I bring the right energy and focus to ensure the best possible outcome in my job interview tomorrow? Good. All right. Let's do it. Let me just move that slightly. There we go. That's better. Now I can see better. Okay. All right, Kerry. So let's so we'll do life code first. Okay. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? So this is the Five of Wands, which is a confliction of energy. So in some way, I think you're either going to have to stand your ground in some way, which, this is argue the toss. Now, or stand up for yourself. Now, maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to go in strong and, stand up for yourself. The other thing that it could be talking about, Kerry, is if there are any conflicts of agenda within the job itself. So whether you have any conflicting feelings about saying yes to the job, or whether the job is absolutely in alignment with what you really want. Okay. I mean, either could be the case. I don't know why I feel it's the second. So it's asking you to really sort of almost stand up for what you want. And if you want this job, you're going to have to probably make your peace with conflicting agendas. Maybe they have a way of doing things which is not yours. It doesn't say that you can't get the job. It just says that you're going to have to really contend with that and decide on your position on it. Now, the advice of the card in general is normally to stand up for yourself. And I do suggest that you are confident in yourself, and any objections that might come up in the interview or any challenges that come up in the interview, meet them squarely. Okay, meet them full on. Don't back down. Be absolutely confident in your position. And I think there might be a little frisson of, is this absolutely the right place for you? But go in and be prepared to be strong in your position. So that's good. Okay. Right. It could also, if you wanted to take it as a really positive push, it could be asking you to look at what challenges you're gonna, what challenges they're going to ask you to look at in regard to the job itself. So yeah, whatever challenges and conflicts. All right, so let's have a look at what the Energetic Alchemist has to say about this. We're asking for more information on the same question, please. Okay. Oops. What have we got? Fulfillment. That's very nice. Fulfillment. And this is blue. So this, I think, is the throat chakra. Now, isn't that interesting that we have the need to stand up for yourself and the need to look at the alignment of the job and what conflicts there might be. And if that is just as simple as speak out, speak up, that could easily be leaning into that. Speak out, speak up. If this is the throat chakra, which is what I think it is, it's going to be asking you to be really not conflicted in your position and to speak your truth, okay, and to be in alignment with that you speak. So fulfillment is, I think, where you need to be looking at what that means to you in terms of, is this going to be fulfilling for you? If you speak up, is this going to be fulfilling for you? Are you in alignment with this? And is the communication kind of, on message for you? That's quite nice. I think that works. How do we feel about that? If anybody wants to chime in with that, I think that sort of works quite nicely with that 5 of Wands, really. It's quite nice. Fulfillment. I like it. You do have to feel that this job is going to fulfill you and that you are both going to be in alignment with it and fulfill each other. Very nice. I hope that makes a bit of sense. Let's see. But yeah, good. This is quite good, isn't it? It's quite fun. I like doing it like this. Okay, so we have Stephanie. Hello, John. Okay, right. Good stuff. So, John, we've got a 2-deck evening tonight. Just so you know, we are using the Energetic Alchemist deck alongside Tarot, which is really interesting. Okay, so this is for Stephanie. Can I have a message from the guides? You absolutely can. So let's see. Okay. Ooh. 7 of Swords. I can't remember the last time we got a 7 of Swords. So if this is a message from your guides, Stephanie, now look, we can look at this in 2 different ways. It's very interesting to look at the 7 of Swords as a tactic. Okay, now I know everybody sees the 7 of Swords as being dishonesty and somebody around you not, not playing with a straight bat, as the old expression goes. And that might be the case, but it also might be that maybe they're asking you to look at where you yourself might be trying to take a bit of a shortcut. Okay, so the 7 of Swords is a tricky card. It can be multifaceted. It's come up lots of times as an advice card, so it's not a negative card. But what it says is, if this is a message from your guides, it's telling you that you need to be careful that you're not skirting around an issue, or maybe not confronting something head on that perhaps you should be. Okay, so I think that feels right to me. What are you not confronting head on, or what are you avoiding And maybe you're avoiding it because you think it's the best thing, or maybe you're avoiding it because you don't see the win. Or maybe you're just a bit nervous. But whatever it is, it's not as authentic as it could be. Okay, so it's not as honest. You're not being as honest to yourself and to the situation as maybe you could be. And there could be many reasons for that. Okay, but all they're asking you to do is to be aware of it and look at it. Okay, let's see what the Oracle deck has to say. All right, so this is for Stephanie. Okay. Right. Oh, beautiful card. Hold on 1 second. It's written in script and it's very beautiful, but my eyesight is a bit tricky. It says Ouroboros. Ouroboros, which I'm guessing is light. Ouroboros. Oh, is that the snake? So I'm not getting an immediate hit of this, but it is an overarching energy for sure. So this feels, if we were to look at that and we were to look at those two snakes, we almost have a yin and yang thing going on, don't we? We have a light and a dark. And this is set up in the tree, isn't it? So it's not down at the root, it's up in the tree. And we have a red sky, which in this deck I'm presuming is all about a kind of a base energy chakra. In tarot, it would be desire, but this is all about energy. So this is a strong energy, right? This is a red energy, and that's really powerful. So this snake that is curling around each other is kind of a weaving an intricate kind of pattern. And I would see a sort of connection with this, with the Seven of Swords, because that is also, there is intricacy in the Seven of Swords. There is a kind of a almost like a knot in there that needs to be freed. Let's consult the book on this, because I feel there's a connection, but I can't quite put it into words. So, okay, this is where I consult the Oracle book. Okay, Stephanie, hold on. So what have we got? We've got number 13. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, right. Oh, it's the death card, basically, is what it is in essence. So death touches and changes everything it encounters. Is there something you've outgrown and yet cling to, sustaining when it no longer feels aligned or manageable or maintainable? Okay, good. Perhaps you fear the process of change and the path of the unknown, so you're clinging to what is familiar. Okay, that's good. Okay, right. So I think what this is saying, if we look at these two cards in conjunction with each other, the Seven of Swords is a card of avoidance, and it's trying to sort of use tactics to make a situation the way we want to make it. And if this card is death, that's telling you, I think, that you have to accept a situation and some sort of potential ending, maybe, and not to avoid it, but to see it as a gift, to see whatever the challenge is that is in this situation as a gift. Don't try and avoid it, because that won't be in your favor. So if we take that as a message from your guide, Stephanie, let me know, does this resonate with you? I haven't used this deck before. It's completely new to me. So I'm kind of winging it a bit, but I think it works. But I like that. Does that make sense to you, Stephanie? Just let me know in the chat and tell me what you think. Good stuff. How are we feeling about this? Do we like this? Do we like using the two decks together? What do we all think about this? Are we enjoying this approach? Yes? No? Let me know what you all think. Okay. And if you just want me to use one or the other in your card, that's all fine too. Tell me, and I shall do just that. Okay, what have we got? That's the job interview guide. Okay, Danny, you're next. Hello, Danny. What limiting belief is holding me back? Oh, good question. I like that question. That's the question that it's my kind of go-to question, that one. Let's have a look. Right. Okay. Okay, what go-to question? What limiting belief is holding Danny back? The Fool. That's interesting, isn't it? The Fool. So if the Fool is a limiting belief, gosh. Fool is a limiting belief. Oh, that's interesting. So we could look at this. So what I asked for is for you to know what you need to question as far as something that's stopping you. So maybe what we have here is you feeling that you need to. No, see, it doesn't look careful, does it? Maybe it's just jumping in. Maybe it's the belief that you just should jump. You should jump. Maybe you have the belief that you don't jump, but you should jump. Whatever this is, the Fool energy is an energy that's very spontaneous, right? And it doesn't think. That's its point. It doesn't bring any knowledge with it. It just goes for it, really. It's just a leap of faith is what we're talking about. And there's something about this which doesn't work for you, Danny. So if this is if the Fool is a limiting belief, it's telling you that maybe jumping and just beginning again and just going for it actually isn't your best energy, right? Because what you're not doing with that is you're not building a knowledge base at the back of it, and and that could become habitual. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's put that there, and let's have a look at our oracle deck. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So stability. This is talking about balance. If we look at the card, lovely artwork, isn't it? We have a house balanced on a tightrope. So it's basically saying that stability is all about balance. And again, I think we've got alignment. So this is green, which energetically aligns with the heart chakra. And I think, is it green for the heart chakra? Does anyone know? Have I got that wrong? Is it green for the heart chakra? Or is it green for the throat chakra? Anyway, I think it's green for the heart chakra. Yes, it's green for the heart chakra. So this is where we're balanced in our heart. So if we look at the Fool card and we look at you as a limiting belief, it's like, oh, it'll be all right. I trust it'll be all right. I trust it will. And so what's happening is that this is not creating the right balance. So if this is stability, as it says, what we need to do is we need to be able to grow energy. Do you remember what I said about the Fool? You're not massing anything at the back of it. You're not growing anything. And here we have flowers and seeds and growth, don't we? We are balanced in the middle of everything, but there is still stuff that's growing around it, and we're in amongst all this growth. And the Fool energy doesn't do that. The Fool energy just literally goes, it'll be fine. We'll work it out. It'll be all right. I trust it'll be fine. And I think that's quite interesting. Those two cards together do give you quite an interesting message. So let me know, Danny, if that resonates with you in some way. Is there a truth in that for you? Do you recognize it? Let me know. Interesting. Well, okay, good stuff. Okay. All right. That's fine. I can't do 2 questions, Danny. I can only do 1, darling. Okay. What have we got here? So, any updates, John? We do really like to know what's going on in John's life. So we live vicariously through John's life. That's just the opportunity is an opportunity to have one-to-one and group learning. Okay, how's the Spanish though? Is that Spanish, John, or is that the Japanese? The Japanese fills me with dread. That would give me great anxiety. Okay. What have we got here? We have Val Starseed. Hello, Vals. Could you please tell me when me and my 3 children are moving, please, waiting to be offered a house on top of the list? Oh, that's quite funny. But we had that one last time, didn't we? I wish we'd got that one for you, Val. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? Okay. Well, I can't do dates, not with this methodology, but what I can do is let me have a look at the next 3 months. All right. Let me have a look at the next 3 months and let me ask what you should prepare for regarding being offered a house in the next 3 months. All right, we can do that. Let's do that. Okay, Vals. Well, I'm not sure we've got a yes for the next 3 months, honestly, because this is a really rigid system. And I think it's telling you that you're going to have to kind of tough this out. You're also going to have to be very clear about what you want as well. So I think this is maybe to do with you being quite strong about what it is you're being offered and whether that's okay. because this is the emperor is like, no, this is the way it's going to be. So, and I think this is you, Vals. So I think you're going to have to look at what's on offer and decide whether that's okay for you, or whether you're going to knock it back and say, actually, no, that's not good enough. I want something better. So this is being quite strict, and basically saying, right, this is the system, these are the rules, and this is my boundary, and this is the way it's going to be. So I think that's going to be a process over the next 3 months that you're probably going to have to contend with. So I don't think, if I'm honest, I don't see you being offered anything over the next 3 months that you're going to say yes to, I think, honestly. Okay, let's take an oracle card for you as advice. Okay. Okay. Awakening, I think. Yes. Good. Well, that's good. I mean, awakening is great, isn't it? Because that is an energy that's coming to life. And we can see we've got all the colors on this. So I'm presuming that means all the energies are in play. And it really is, it really is a very energetic card. So this is activity, isn't it? This is an energy waking up and coming to life. So it still feels to me that it is a process that is going to kick into gear, okay? And when you think of what awakening means, it means becoming awake and alert and engaged and very conscious of things. So I think there will be activity around this, certainly in the next 3 months. Let's have a look at what this says in the book to make sure I've got it right. That's what I think it means intuitively, but let's have a look. So where are we? So we are 20. Gosh, I haven't looked things up in a book for years. Where's 20? Sorry, guys. Oh, 21. There we go. Good. Experiencing a rebirth into an awakened state, a feeling of determination, of aliveness and confident. That's good. That's really good. You've been through a lot of hardships and challenges to reach this state, and you're grateful for what you've encountered. You're no longer seeking. It's time for integration. That's really good, isn't it? So that makes sense of that energy that you are waking up into this energy and starting, and it will engage, and there will be engagement, and it will be like a new start in some way. That's good. I like that. That works really well, I think. Very nice. So we like the idea of it being a rebirth, Vals. That sounds great, doesn't it? And, and coming at it with experience and knowledge and like a whole new beginning. Very nice. Excellent. Sounds a bit like judgment or wisdom in my deck. Like that. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, and please do like the video as well, because it really helps YouTube know that people like it. Hello, Nat. Very nice to see you. Okay. Prabha, please, may I please know, what can I do actually to have some communication with Mark? I think we're having a huge misunderstanding. Okay. I think we read about this before, didn't we? I think so. Let's have a look. See what it says. Okay, what action should Prabha take regarding communication with Mark? Well, here we've got the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles it's a tricky card in this instance, because what we're looking at here is we're looking at what's on offer and what's wanted. And so Mark is, I think, in the role of the boy, with you probably as the dog, and Mark has what you want and is withholding it probably. I mean, this is a tricky one, because this is what's called a hierarchical relationship, and I think it's asking you. I mean, it's telling you that you're not able to alter the balance of this. All you can do is look at your own position. Okay. I mean, I know this is really tricky, but all you can do is offer, and if that offer isn't picked up or isn't accepted, then there isn't really much you can do, Prabha. Okay, so the trouble is that, even if you were the boy and you're holding your biscuit, and Mark is the dog and he's looking at the biscuit and he's going, no, I don't want the biscuit. You can't force the dog to have the biscuit. If it's the other way around and you're the dog and Mark's got the biscuit, if he's not going to give you the biscuit, you can't have it. So if Mark doesn't want communication, Prabha, you're going to have to just accept it for now. It doesn't say that this is necessarily going to be forever. But for now, I think it's probably best that you honor what Mark is throwing down right now, okay? Because there isn't, it doesn't work to force it, I suppose, is my advice here. It doesn't work to force it. Okay, let's have a look at the oracle cards and see what the oracle cards tell you. Okay. Let's see. Now, isn't that interesting? This is in body. And we've got, now it's quite interesting, because in my deck, and I don't know if this is the same in this deck, we'll have a look in a second, but in my deck, poppies are always about remembrance. Now, I don't know if that's the case. This is an American-born deck. I don't know if they have the same significance. But this is where we are feeling in ourselves the energy that is growing out of the situation. It's red energy, so again, it's root chakra. So it's really at the base of everything, and it's really, you're really feeling it in there. And that is a tricky one. And what I think the advice of the card is to almost log the feeling in your body and kind of nurture it and take care of it there without trying to reach out to Mark and try and make Mark make it better, because that's pretty much what you want him to do. But instead of which, it's asking you to find that strength within your own physicality and almost come into yourself and support yourself. Your base chakra is very supportive and stable and solid. And this is the need for you to bring that stability into physical presence within you. Okay? That's interesting. Let's have a look at what it says. Let's look at, see if we've got it right. Okay. Well, yes, that's exactly right. There you go. So this is, I'll read you what it says, Prabha. This is me and my schoolmistress pot thing. This is self-connection, presence of mind, and feeling safe and secure. Now, what's happening in this situation is you're not feeling safe and secure. You're feeling that the situation with Mark is making you feel very unsafe. So it's like, I need to fix it. I need to fix it because I need to feel safe. Okay? So what it's saying here, get your head out of the clouds and into your body. Be here and fully present. Honor your temple as a vehicle of communication and a means of experience. And if you take the time to tune into you, your divine essence will begin to express and feel in higher ways. That's really nice. Close your eyes, feel the earth energy pulsing at the soles of your feet and at the base of your spine, the root chakra. This is about you really bringing things into yourself as a divine being and knowing that you're safe, whatever Mark does. And I think the more you allow that, the quicker this will pass. Because what you're doing at the moment is you're pushing against it. You're pushing against the energy. And if you let it go, you're going to feel much better. And I think, in a way, energetically, Mark will loosen up because you're not pushing back against it energetically. Okay? Oh, I say, it's a whole other way of doing it, isn't it? Some very interesting messages, though, coming out here energetically. I think it's quite fascinating. Good. I hope that makes sense, Prabha. I hope that sort of helps you a bit. Okay. Hello, Peter. Lovely to see you. I've been asked to take a card for Maren, and I think also Karen isn't here. They've both asked if I could take cards for them both. So Maren would like a card. Good. And we've got Michael as well, wants a card as well. Right, let me just come down here. Gosh, that's long. Right. There we go. Okay, let's take that. Oh, good. Okay, so Maren, this is for you. Okay. So Maren, we're going to take a guidance card. Okay, we're going to take a guidance card from your team, from your energetic guides. Very nice. Nine of Pentacles. So this is all about you just being in your life, looking at your lifestyle, looking at the richness of your life and the life that you've built. This is really lovely. Now, I have heard on Tinternet some people say, oh, well, you know, the woman on the card is always alone and it's a lonely card. It isn't lonely at all. This is not a lonely card. It's a card of being in your life and being, just having a lovely lifestyle. It's lifestyle. It's richness of personal richness of experience that is created by you. So that's really lovely. So your guides are kind of telling you to focus on that, focus on your lifestyle and how rich it is for you and what makes you feel good and enjoying life. Good stuff. Okay. What does the oracle have to say? Okay, let's have a look. So this is for Maren. Oh, that's lovely. Do you know that's actually quite a similar energy? It actually looks a little bit Empress-y, doesn't it? What does it say? Past and future. So I would say, because this is going to be the solar plexus chakra, isn't it? Because it's yellow. And this is all about our confidence and our creative energy. And I mean, they actually go together really well, don't they? Isn't that interesting? So they're both really focused on our life experience. And this is all about, I think this is about bringing it together and being a creative source, a confident creative source. And if it's the solar plexus chakra, that's all our creative power within our life and bringing our life to life in a really good and positive way. That's really lovely. She's pregnant. Look, so she is fertile in her life. She's fertile with what she can create from the past and from the future. She can bring it all together. And here, look, we have sun and we have butterflies, which is the symbol of transformation. And we have growth all around her as well. It's lovely artwork, isn't it? Very nice. I shall share the artist in a second. So that's really beautiful. I think this is all about you being creative in your life, Maren, and creating a life that you are delighted with. Let's have a look. What is it? 9. Let's see. What does it say? Card number 9. Here we go. So it says, life is in a constant state of motion or transition, blurring the lines of past and future. Do you resist or try and create stagnancy by clinging to one expression of time over another? Don't attempt to stop time or life by clinging to what was or what will be. Instead, contribute to the flow of your life expression through resolution within. Allow the past to move forward through forgiveness or higher understanding. Loosen the controlling grip on the future by trusting the choices you're making now. Witness the birth, evolution, change, and transition in all things. That's really lovely. Each expression of life, of thought and form, goes through phases and stages of evolution. That's really lovely, isn't it? I like that a lot. What is the potential to learn, create, or heal? Be still and reflect on your current thoughts, energy, and perspectives. You're pouring into the unfolding. That kind of leans into this creating your life experience, doesn't it, really? And bringing the past and the future into this beautiful whole. And enjoying life for what it is and letting things unfold generally. That's really nice. I think that's lovely. Good stuff. Okay, I hope that's okay. Right, let's have a look. What have we got here? Good, I'm glad, Val. So I'm glad that makes sense. Okay. Goodness, John. Is that right? Have you got serious insomnia? 50 hours no sleep? That's terrible. Oh my goodness. We'll have to take an advice card for you on that, I think. Have you asked me for anything else, or should we take an advice card for John on his insomnia? Let's do that. I think we have to. Okay, so guidance for John over his current situation regarding insomnia. Let's have a look. Oh, a Hierophant. How interesting that is, isn't it? That's quite a complex card in answer to that question. So for me, what that's kind of saying is that maybe you need to actually go into the way it's done, just the formalization of curing your insomnia, John, because the Hierophant, as we know, it's like follow the way. It's the higher wisdom, isn't it? They've walked before you. There are those who already know how to do it. The instruction manual is here. You need to follow the instruction manual in order to get to the wisdom. So if we take the microcosm of that instruction, it's telling you to basically to go formal on it, to actually take it seriously and start following the instruction manual around insomnia. That's for me, that's all I can make of that. That seems to be the way forward. Get really sort of with the rule book about how to deal with insomnia and what could be causing it and all of that stuff. Gosh, that sounds distressing. Okay, we're going to take an oracle card for you, John. Okay. Before I take that, can I just add, because it just sort of popped into my head to add, belief systems and religious thinking are part of the Hierophant card, aren't they? And so could there be potentially in this energy a habitual way of thinking and seeing life that could be contributing to that? Could it be the way you're thinking? Could it be that kind of this is the way it's done, this is the way life is done, I have to fit in with the way it has to be done? And fitting in is interesting. And I don't know if fitting in, I don't mean fitting in a way that's like, oh, I have to run with the crowd, but it's almost like I have to follow the rules of the hierarchy of what's important. And I wonder if that's causing a bit of stress. I don't know, John. I'm just riffing with it, really. But have a think. Could that possibly be a contributory factor? I wonder. Let's take an oracle card for you and find out. Ooh. Solar plexus, build and destroy. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Because build and destroy is all about that creative energy. The creative energy of the universe is that things are constantly in creation and being ripped apart and put back together and ripped apart and built and then destroyed. And that's how the universe creates stars, and that's the big creative process, isn't it? And this is the solar plexus. So this is also tied up with our personal energy as we project into the world, and our confidence and all of that creative stuff. So that's really powerful. I wonder if all of that tied up with the Hierophant could be contributing to what's going on. Let's read in the book, John. Okay. Build and destroy, number 2. Oops. Hold on. Okay. Not that number 2 then. This is, okay. So we have different sections in the book. So there are different numbers for different sections. So excuse me while I find it. That's the mountain. If I'd had more time, I would have here we are. Okay. So this is an opportunity for modification or adaptation. Could be a reminder to temper your flame, having patience within the process or within an ending. The energy can be bittersweet, as all that's born in flame shall find its end in the ashes of progression. You cling to what you've created. Stifling the nature of when you cling to what you've created, you risk stifling the nature of evolution and regeneration. So this is all about, again, yes, it's that process of allowing things to create, to go into dissolution and be created, and allow the process to carry on. So I just wonder if that, because the Hierophant is where we think things have to be a certain way, isn't it? It's like it's our cultural norm. It's the way we believe things should be done. And I think there is an energetic thing happening here, John, which is disturbing you. Maybe it's a sort of a hypervigilance almost. That's how it feels from this end of the internet spectrum. It feels a bit like hypervigilance to me. Anyway, I don't know, but still. I don't know, that is that interesting? It's an interesting little way of sort of exploring it, maybe. See if you tell me if you think that has some kind of resonance, maybe. Insomnia is a very difficult thing to contend with. Gosh. Okay. Anjali. I'm currently applying for jobs. Am I getting close to one? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. Yes, actually, I would say you probably are. Again, we've got this card back again. So this is where somebody, I think, is going to be helping you. Probably going to be a recruiter or somebody that's going to be the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. And I think there is going to be somebody who's going to help you get there. Okay, they're going to give you a bit of help and give you a little, like just a little push over the bridge. So I think the answer is yes to that, and Jolyon, I think probably you're going to see signs of that over the next few weeks. I would have thought that's quite that's telling you that something is sort of in play already. So let's take a little message for you from the Oracle deck. And we have forgiveness. And that's an interesting energy, isn't it? So when we're looking for a job and we don't seem to be able to find one, actually forgiving the energy is actually quite powerful. When you forgive, your forgiveness is quite interesting. It was explained to me quite a few years ago as forgiving, as in if can you, it's like you release it, like you let it go. I forgive you. I have no more attachment to you. So when you're forgiving the energy around not getting a job, what you're doing is you're saying, I'm going to forgive the all of the rejections. I'm going to forgive the whole energy. And in forgiveness, there is healing. So that's really nice, I think. And this is somebody helping, right? And this is you being in that energy where you are. It's almost like you just allow the process. You just allow. You're not struggling. You don't have any negativity. You don't have any fear. You are forgiving it. I forgive you. I forgive it. I forgive me. And then when you do that, you allow that energy to free up. And I think it helps the process. That seems good. I like that. It's very nice. Okay. Good. Devansha, what's coming towards me in love? All right. Let's have a look. I just had a sudden thought. Good. Oh, there you are, John. Thanks for the reading. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, well, that's good. Yes, it is frustrating. Good. Okay. What is coming towards me in love? Let's see. Oh, the Page of Wands. That's quite nice, actually. So this is a bit of excitement, isn't it? Yes. This is a page, so very future focused, very fire energy. So it's fizzy. Look at this little guy. Look at him. He's got sparklers. Look, see, sparklers is fire energy, and he's learning to use fire energy. So this is something which is feeling like there's something, it's something to engage with, and it's like, it's quite excited. So I think this is really nice. It doesn't say in and of itself that there is a new relationship right there, but what it does say is that your energy moving into it or coming towards you is actually quite engaging, because it's if we look at because one's energy is sexual energy at its core, because it's urge driven. So this is where you're sort of going, ooh, ooh, how exciting. So it's kind of cool and fun. It's really fun. So this is good. This is a good energy. It's a learning energy, right? So it's not an actualization. It is learning. It is learning through experience and engaging in the name of a future experience. So it's good. It's good. It's part of a process, adventure. Okay. It isn't a relationship right now, but it is certainly it is certainly a little flame that starts to burn. Just saying. That's very good. We like that. Hello, Sunrise. I think you might be new here. I haven't seen your name before. You are very welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, to the channel in return for your reading. Okay, so what can we expect in November? Have a look. That's a very quiet energy, Sunrise, but an important energy, isn't it? So the Queen of Cups tells you that November is going to be a month for you to come back to yourself and, come back to you and how you really feel. So this is where we're intuiting ourselves. Now, it doesn't look on the face of it like much is going on, but it is an important part of the process, because in this energy, you'll come to some kind of truth. So often we see the Queen of Wands as being the minor arcana high priestess, and she is. But rather than tuning into the energetic world, we're tuning into ourselves, and we're doing it for a very good reason, because what's important is your happiness. And so this is saying, how do I really feel about where my happiness is heading? And where am I with that? How happy am I really? How do I really feel? What is the truth about my emotions? What feelings are underneath my emotions? And I think you know the answer. And that's going to be really important in November for you. So even though it doesn't feel like a big, splashy, energetic card, it is still really, really important. Okay, so take it seriously. It's part of a larger process, I think. Okay, so let's take a little card for you. Let's have a look. Oh, see, now look, that's interesting, isn't it? So we had this card before. This is past and future. So what we established that this card is telling us is that we need to connect the dots in our life, I think. we need to not be too fixed about the future and allow it. And we need to bring the past into alignment. And we need to, your Queen of Cups, look how they work together, right? So this is all about some kind of transformation and allowing time to do what it must. So again, we've got this continuance, we've got this tuning in to what do I think my past was about? How did I really feel in my past? And what about the future? Am I prepared to allow the future to be different or be what it must in order for me to be happy? Because what I want to be is happy, right? So how can I allow the future to shape around that? And to find that within myself, because it's solar plexus energy, which is also confident and creative. So that's really nice. That's part of a really important process for you, Sunrise, in the next month. Perfect. Liking that a lot. Hello, Amanda. Oh, Amanda, I say. We'll have a look at that next, Amanda, for sure. Hello, Sim. Any guided messages for me? I'm sure there are. I am sure there are. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, as we started, so the Nine of Cups is all about not allowing fear to drive the bus. And this is the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is looks like a scary card, Sim. And that's the point. It looks like a scary card, but it isn't really. So it's the nightmare card. So it's telling you that whatever is at the root of your anxiety, right? You need to see fact from fiction. You need to understand when fear is not actually the reality. And that when we build these horror movies in our mind, it is like a bad dream that we need to wake up from. And that's what your guided message is. Understand that any fear and anxiety you are experiencing about whatever at the moment isn't real. The fear isn't real, right? Well, the fear is real, but what you're fearful of isn't real. What you're fearful might happen isn't real. The worst case scenario isn't real. It's existing in here as a movie. That's all. It's just a movie. It's not real. And you have to figure out the truth from the lie that fear is, because fear is there to keep you trapped. And that's what this is doing. This is keeping you trapped. That's very important. I believe that is your message. I think fear is keeping you trapped. Let's take an oracle card for you, sweetie. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, gosh. Very pretty cards. Initiate. Lovely. So an initiate is somebody who is learning and who has come through some sort of initiation, right? So what happens in an initiation? God, that's hard to say. What happens in an initiation, right? Somebody has to go through some kind of a challenge, and it's like a test of fire, isn't it? Right? That's a thing. So an initiation test is something that you're going to find scary. That's the point of it, that you find it scary. So basically, you've got to move beyond the fear in order to pass the initiation. And that's what this is all about. If that was a guided message, then you have. Don't be fearful. It's a test, right? You're allowing fear to drive your bus. You're allowing fear to be real. It's not real. It's just a test. It's just a test. Move through it to the other side, and you can pass the initiation, and you will have graduated. That's pretty cool. I like that. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That's really nice. How lovely. I hope that helps him. I hope that makes sense to you. If I'd like to know if that resonates with you at all. Okay. Amanda, how horrible. Okay, you have a stalker card. Can't get to the bottom of it. Do we have any ideas? All right, well, let's right. Oh, it's a stalker card. I read it that you actually had a stalker. Oh, God. Thank God. Learn to read, Janice. For God's sake, girls. Read accurately. Okay. All right. Amanda, I can definitely get to the bottom of that then. So we talked about your Five of Cups card, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago? And we thought that because there is grief in the Five of Cups, isn't there? Let's take another guidance card. So let's ask what you have to do to stop the Five of Cups keep appearing. Because if it appears, it means it hasn't been dealt with. So let's have a look. So what do you have to do to mitigate the energy of the Five of Cups that keeps coming back? So let's have a look. What do you have to do? So this is on some level where, I mean, gosh, that's a bit harsh, isn't it, Amanda? It's quite a big card, the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is, well, the Ten of Swords is certainly where things are at its worst, okay? And it's asking you to look at, perhaps, it's all about how you're thinking, isn't it? And that Five of Cups is in some way that you're going to have to let go of regret. I'm not sure it's grief. I don't think it's grief. I think it's regret. I think it's regret and sadness for something lost, or something that didn't come off, or something that you can't get back. And I think this is where it's almost like the hurt doesn't leave you. And until you can move to the light, because that's what the Five of Cups is all about, isn't it? So on my deck, I'm just going to show everybody the Five of Cups card. Hold on. So those who are not reading tarot can see what we're talking about. Here we go. So this is the Five of Cups card in the Life Code deck, and you can see this person is sat at a grave. And that grave is because something's been lost. And there is sadness about that. And that sad, be another question coming. And that sadness is all consuming and doesn't go away, and makes you feel somewhat somewhat of a victim. Now, not in a way that you've got victim mentality, but it makes you feel like the victim of it, I think. And it's asking you, let's go back to that other card with the job. I think it's asking you to forgive it. I think it's asking you to forgive whatever it is that has caused you such pain and disappointment. Interesting. So let's have a look at what the Oracle says, because I think this is a good deck for an answer to this question. Okay. Right. Okay. Energetic Alchemist deck. What do you have to say about this situation, and how can Amanda get this card out of her orbit? Method. Interesting. So what we have here is we have green energy, which I sort of feel is heart energy probably. And then we have this lady, we have a metronome, so we have a ticking clock. And so that means we have something that is metered, it is regular, it is a process of some sort, isn't it? And so we have her sitting at a laptop, and we have all this energy coming out of her head. So this is a process of some sort. Energy is keeping time. Let's ask, because I don't know that I'm adding anything to this one. Let me ask Amanda. 26. Okay, it's a lovely card. Gosh. I'm finding the book slightly difficult to navigate. Here we go. Okay. Create a new way of doing things. Perfectionisms. So it says, let me just read this. Hold on one second. Time is on your side. There is no process to rush through. Stay grounded and focused to allow the stream of inspiration to run through you without fear. There is a reminder to practice or seek training to strengthen your skill set. If you've developed a passion or interest that feeds your soul, it matters to you. Make it a priority. Honor what inspires your heart. There you go. That's what I thought it was. Create opportunities to share your passion with the world. So this is all about, I think this is you being really hard on yourself, Amanda. Actually, that's how this feels to me. I think you're being really hard on yourself. And I think there is, in some way, I think you perhaps come down on yourself and make yourself the victim of yourself. And just, and it's asking you to just stay with the process. Just over time. That's the metronome, isn't it? It's over time. You've just got to go with it, carry on with it. What was that? And learning was a big part of this as well. Learning and what's it? Increasing your skill set could be something like the Eight of Pentacles or even the Seven of Pentacles, right? Over time, investment over time. So I think what this is I think this is you being hard on you do you ever tell yourself you're disappointed in yourself or you're sad about? I mean, it's not apparent in your energy, sweetie, but none of us know what goes on under the surface. So I think this is about you and how you feel about you, and letting go of any disappointment about anything you've done or haven't done or hasn't worked out or isn't good enough or whatever it is, because perfectionism was mentioned in there as well. I think that's what you have to let go of here. And that Stalker Five of Cups card will then disappear when you forgive it and you allow it and you lean into whatever process needs to be lent into. Well, that was a thing, wasn't it? I hope that helps, darling. That's quite a complex one, isn't it? But, hope so. Oh, well, that's good, John. I'm glad. That's good. Well, I'm glad that made sense, and hopefully you will. That's it. Good point, Tracy. Yes. Just think you could teach people in Australia, John. You could be making money while the rest of us sleep. Did you see my? No, just Janelle, I did not see your question. I didn't. Let me scroll back up the feed and see if I can see it. Ah, there you are. Good. I never mind being reminded. That's all very good. Okay, Janelle, let's have a look. What's coming for me in love? Oops, let's turn you over. Oh, that's good, Stephanie. I'm glad that spoke to you deeply. That's excellent. I'm glad that was helpful. Okay. Right. A message on what's coming in for Janelle in the field of love. So let's have a look. And well, I like to always put a bit of a time limit on. So let's just say in the next month, shall we? Whoops, let's put you back in there. In the next month. Okay, well, right, so what we've got here is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is an interesting card in terms of love, isn't it? Because it is an energy that sort of like starts off with a good head of steam and then rushes off just as quickly because it burns out. Fire energy symbolism. Good and proper. So, I think this needs attention, Janelle, because if this is a person, which it might be, then this could be a bit of love bombing. It could be somebody who just comes and goes real quick. And it's a frustrating energy because it feels like something, all lit up, and then it doesn't amount to anything. So if that's a person, I think that's what you need to prepare for. Somebody who just isn't going to hang around. Now, look, if this is you in search of relationships, this is you kind of going with your foot on the gas, going for it, and then running out of steam and just going, oh, I can't be bothered anymore. Could be that easily. I sort of feel that maybe it's the other one. That's how it feels to me. Okay. So I wouldn't pin your long-term hopes on the next contender. Put it like that. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the Oracle card. And let's see what that says. Oh, pretty. Oh gosh, I can't. Oh my eyes, I can't read the writing. It's kind of small at the bottom. This is because these cards were designed by somebody much younger than I am. Oh, it's the moon. Oh, lovely. So this is obviously, this feels quite synonymous with the tarot version of the moon. Look, we have the two dogs, we have the domestic dog, and we have the howling wolf. We have the bridge between the two, don't we? And underneath the bridge is a river, which is always emotional in some way. And then we have the phases of the moon up top, which tell you that depending on what phase you're in, depending on how mad you're getting. And so this is telling you that I think, look, the moon card in tarot is there is a lot of fear here, right? And that fear can lead to a bit of low mood, and it can tell you that you're not seeing things clearly. I think the phases of the moon is interesting because it's telling you that depending on the phase of the moon will depend on the way you see things. And, when it's a full moon, we are in fruition, and when we're in the new moon, it's like it's time for incubation. So this is all about really looking at where you are in the process and what phase of things you're in, and to also look at your fear and to look at your how clearly you're seeing your situation. So it's interesting. If my initial feeling of that is that this is a person, I think it's telling you, and that person is not going to hang around. And then what this card is telling you is don't go into fear over it, okay? Because that's not going to help you. And then if the other version is true, and in fact it's talking about you, it's talking about fear being the trigger that is going to cause you to run out of steam and possibly give up. Now, you see, they could both be there, because if you have somebody who looks like a contender and then basically just disappears just as quickly, that could easily set off fear, which then causes you to potentially run out of steam and give up. So both could be true, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were. So that's part of the process, part of the process that you're going to have to get through to the next bit, right? Gosh, I say, this is quite a thing, isn't it? Gosh, each of these readings is taking a lot longer than usual because we have two cards. All right. Good. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it, the way the two cards are working together. Yes. Oh, let's do this quickly. Yes. There you go. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Yes. So here's the thing. So I just wanted to say about the channel, just a little bit of housekeeping. We are going to be making changes to the channel, not this live, but changes to the channel in the fact that I have decided to split the channel up. And so I'm going to rebrand the YouTube channel to be just tarot and the Life Code Tarot specifically. And because we've got the deck and the book out, coming up, I think everything has to really focus on that. So we're going to start a separate channel, which is the Gus the Bus travel channel. And we're going to be uploading the videos onto all the travel videos onto there and keeping that as a travel channel. Because I think we are confusing Mr. Google here anyway with our dual aspect channel. But I also think that it's better for the tarot aspect to keep it, to keep it focused. So we're going to rebrand the channel to be more life code centric in the next couple of weeks. So that's a thing. So if any of you like the travel videos, please do subscribe to the new channel, which will be a baby channel. And so it will need love. I hope if you enjoy it, you'll go over there and I'll be talking about it anyway. Okay. So where are we? Okay, I need to scoot back down here. Okay. So we have Arisha. Okay, Arisha. Okay. You'd like to know Otis' feelings about me. Okay, let's have a look. So what do we think Otis? How does Otis see his feelings for Arisha? Okay, well, the Hanged Man, Arisha. So that's really interesting. So basically, he's sort of waiting, really. And it's not an emotionally led card, darling. So the Hanged Man is not engaging with any emotions at all. What he's doing is he's just allowing everything to be as it is. So it's not, I wouldn't say that this was an enormously romantic card at all. It's just saying, I just have to accept the situation as it is and just be with it. And there is no action planned on this, right? So it could be that he has had some thoughts about potential feelings, but has decided not to act on them. And over time has come to a perspective that, in fact, it would be better that he didn't do anything. He just leaves things the way they are and just accepts them. And I'm going to presume that he sees or that he feels that there are probably problems in the way that he is just not going to engage with, that are all part of the mix. So, yeah, I don't think you should expect too much action from Otis, honestly, because he seems to be just motionless. There doesn't seem to be any feeling at all of wanting to engage, you see. Okay, so let's take a quick card for you as well. Gosh, I'm going to have to speed this up or we're going to be here all night. What do we have here? Gosh, come on, Janice. Change your contact lenses. Peace and chaos. So peace and chaos is where in a way, maybe that's what the Hanged Man is talking about, isn't he? So peace and chaos is where we're just existing in the land between. So we're not engaging with either, are we? So we have here a sort of a medicine woman who is beating a drum. We have the wild animal here. We have the owl at the top. We have solar plexus energy. So we are just being in the middle, finding peace in chaos. And in a way, the Hanged Man is doing exactly that, finding peace in chaos. So he's not acting, he's not doing anything, he's just being there, not engaging in anything, finding peace in chaos, just allowing everything to be exactly as it is without feeling the need to engage or do anything. All right? So I don't see it as a tremendously romantic energy, Arisha. I think you probably need to allow that also. Okay. Hope that's okay. All right. Oh, sorry, Peter. You're right. You're right. I didn't do your question. I scooted on and then I missed it, didn't I? Peter, I apologize. Let me go back and find your question. Okay. There you are. All right. Okay, darling, let's go. Let's do it. Yes, I hope you're okay, sweetie. It's been a long time, but I'm glad you're here. I think I read for you quite a while ago, didn't I, Peter? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, shall you keep trying in this love relationship or cut it off? All right. Shall you stay or shall you go? Let's take guidance on that. You know what? Tarot says, Peter, you know the answer. Tarot says, how do you really feel? Are you happy? Do you see happiness in the future? Is this the way to your happiness? Right? So the Queen of Cups is asking you to come to your own truth and really, and tells you that you have all the answers inside you. You know the answers by looking at how you really feel. And what you're trying to do at the moment is you're trying to think about it logically, right? You're trying to think about it logically. And you can't solve this logically. It's not going to happen. You can't solve it logically because you're not going to act logically, Peter. It just isn't going to happen, is it? Right? So you're going to have to come to the truth of how you feel. So even if your head says, I should cut it off, if your feeling says, but I don't want to, because I just feel like I want to stay in it, that's what's going to happen. And in a way, that's the process that you have to honor. You can't force it. You just can't. You're going to have to go with the truth of how you feel. That might be a little complicated, but underneath there will be a truth. Because you're going to follow that feeling no matter what anybody tells you. You're going to follow the feeling. And you have to know what that feeling is and come to the truth of it so you can make sense of it. So you no longer have to battle and question all the time. Okay. Let's take an oracle card for you, Peter. I hope that makes some kind of sense. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have this card again, which we had earlier, which is the body. So what this card is telling you, this is all about base chakra. So this is all about what's fueling you. And this is asking you to feel your feeling in your body, to bring it into your body. Don't try and think it, because it's the thinking that's not working. You can't think it. You have to feel it. And in feeling it, you have to go down into that base chakra, which is right in your tailbone down there. And you have to sit with it, and you have to see what's fueling you, because your base chakra is where your power is, where your kind of root power is. And coming to your emotion down in that kind of ground base area, that's going to give you all the emotion. And it's also about strength. That will give you strength as well. Okay, so it's interesting, isn't it? These poppies and the red that's streaking through this. So it looks to me like and she's unclothed. So this I think speaks of some sort of vulnerability as well, and our preparedness to not, in a way, not protect ourselves, right? To come to the truth of how we feel in a very unprotected way. Bring it into our physical body. How does it feel? That's the point, isn't it? How does it feel in your body? How is this situation making you feel physically? And that physical thing is going to be really important, because that's a big part of it. And how it makes you feel physically is information that you need in order for you to make sense of this situation. Don't try and think it through. Isn't going to work. Right. Gosh. Oh. These are quite strong together, aren't they? Liking this. Okay, right. What have we got down here? I may have to go soon, because... Good night, Stephanie. Lovely to see you. That's all right. Okay, so Amanda, just let's quickly go back to your reading, because it's an important thing. So that could easily be the grief that your tarot is not accepting. It could easily be that, because this is feeling like a victim of the situation and really taking it personally, isn't it? That Ten of Swords is taking it personally and feeling really upset about that. So if that's what comes up for you, then I think that could easily be valid. And that thing about things needing to be perfect. Now, that was in the Oracle deck. That's not in the 12 of the 10 of Swords. But in a way, there is a little bit of needing to be perfect in the 10 of Swords, isn't there? But I think in the Oracle deck, the idea that some kind of perfectionism is needed here, and that is in your way. And I wonder if allowing your family not to accept it, and allowing that not to be perfect, and allowing their not accepting to just be, and letting that go. And again, we've got the thing of forgiveness, haven't we? Forgiving them and just allowing that disappointment to go through. Maybe that's what this is about. It's obviously something which is really bugging you, though, isn't it? So I think that might be it. I think that might be it. Okay. Good. All right. Hello, Chaitanya. I haven't seen you for a long time, sweetie. We've got Chaitanya. There you go. Hello. How are you doing? How lovely to see you. Okay. Oops. Good. Well, hopefully, Amanda, hopefully that will help a bit. If anything else, it might kind of just start to crack the seal on it, right? Okay, there are proposed changes from the CEO in my workplace. What do you see as happening in regards to my role at my workplace? Well, let's have a look. What we might do is we might just take a tarot card for this, rather, as it's a very practical card, and we do need to crack on just a little bit. These readings have got quite long and involved. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, well, yeah. So we've got the 5 of Wands here, Chaitanya, and so for sure, it doesn't look comfortable, does it? So this is an energy where you're going to need to stand up for yourself, and you might be conflicted about that, because this is where we have to stand our ground and stand up and make our voice heard and argue. And you're going to be, I think you're going to be conflicted about doing that. So I think you've got a bit of a challenge to go through. Now, it doesn't look like the job is ending, right? Doesn't look like that. But I'm not sure you like the changes that are being offered. So you're going to have to really contend with that and kind of rise to the challenge and stand up for yourself, I think. And don't be scared of doing that, because that's quite important, okay? But I think you're going to feel a bit, conflicted about this. It's not comfortable, is what it's not. I don't think your job is at risk, but I do think you're not going to like what the changes bring about. Okay, so I hope that helps a bit. All right. I don't think your job's ending though, Chaitanya. I don't think it is. Okay, thank you very much, John. Everybody please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Warren. Oh, you WhatsApped the question. Oh, okay. I will look. Let me look. Sorry. Yes, I did have some beeps, didn't I? Oh, and I've got Alexia here as well. All right, we'll do a couple more, and then I might have to call it a day. Can I have a card for my trip next week? Okay, you can. Okay, so this is Warren. Whoops. Oh. Okay. Sorry, the whole thing's jumping around all over the place. There we go. Yes. Okay, Warren, that's fine. Let's have a card, please, for your trip next week. I may have to... right. Yes, Chitanda, I do think your job is safe. So that's good. Right. I may have to just stick to tarot for the last few because otherwise I'm going to have to bed down in the office, aren't I? Okay. So... okay. That's interesting. So we've got the Five of Swords here, Warren, which is quite tricky energy. And so whatever the trip is about, what you can't do is imbue the future with the past, right? I think you the way you, because we're in swords here, so the way you're thinking needs to be simplified here, right? So you don't want to carry any negative energy from the past into the situation. That's really important. And you're going to be tempted to. We've got these poppies here. You're going to be tempted to do that. So please try not to. Basically, what this card is telling you is that you can't fix what's gone before. All you can do is decide who you are in the scenario and lead with that, right? Leave all the crap that you may have learnt or gleaned or experienced or whatever, past, gone. Who are you? And lead with that. That's the most important thing here, right? So don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Lead with who you are and leave everything else behind. All right? Good. Hope that helps. Excellent. And all right, I've got another one in WhatsApp as well. I have... oh, okay. It's a bit of a long one. Let's have a look. So this is Alexia. Okay, hold on, Alexia. Just let me get to you. Okay. Alexia. Right. Right. I feel like a new career path outside of what if something is coming. I'm nervous. I might have to leave my current job and go to school longer. What do you see in the cards for me? Let's take an advice card, Alexia. Okay. I am not going to do a fortune telling reading on this. You need advice, not us, you know. It finishes off career-wise. What do you think I should do? We're going to take guidance for you on this. Let's have a look. Well, there's something here which is going to... hold on, guys. Hello?
Bye-bye.
Oh, good night. Sleep well. My dad's going to bed. My dad is 93. This is why we're here. Okay, right. Sorry, I lost my thread. Right, so Right, so there is something here, Alexia, which I think is going to cause you some difficulty. And it might well be that something isn't going to work out. Okay, that's what this card pretty much says. So what you're going to have to do is, I think you're going to have to just decide what you're going to do and stay on course, and don't let disappointment kind of run the show for you. Okay, that's really important. Don't let disappointment run the show. If something doesn't work out, you're going to have to move around it and beyond it. All right, so I don't think it's going to go smoothly, sweetie. All right, so I think you've got a bit of a challenge ahead. You're going to have to just move through, and don't let it be definitive. Whatever the disappointment is, don't let it be definitive. All right, I hope that helps a bit. Okay, what else have we got? So I've got Svetlana there. Okay. Oh, gosh. Well, this is a different sort of a question. Kalasili, is that right? Is my baby daddy my husband? Is my baby daddy my husband? Okay, well, we'll ask. Is that a future? I think that must be a future question. I'm pretty sure that's a futurized question. Okay. Good, Warren. I'm glad that makes sense to you. Okay. Is my baby daddy? Right, hold on. Let me just formulate this. Well, husband, kinda. So I think this tells you that the relationship certainly stabilizes and reaches a point, possibly live together. I think it's a live together situation. I know some people see this as being the marriage card. I'm not entirely convinced, but I think certainly the relationship will come to a point where it feels at least it's reached a point, and that's where it's going to stabilize. Okay, so I think it almost maybe feels like it could be marriage without perhaps actually being marriage. Does that make sense? It's not like it could never happen. It's not an absolute no, but I think it maybe reaches a point where it's just not perhaps moving forward as fast or as quick as you'd like. So I think husband in the legal sense, maybe not, but life partner, possibly. Yeah, I would say that's where we're heading with that. So I hope that helps. Did I even show you those cards? I've shuffled them back in now. Anyway, sorry about that. Yes, that's what I think my answer is. Okay, I hope that helped, sweetie. Okay, good. Right. Okay, so I'm going to do, oh gosh, we've got 3 more. All right, I'm going to do 3 more. Oh no, I'm going to do 2 more. His mum seems to be doing voodoo on me. Okay, so I'm just going to deal with this for a second. Right, So here's the thing, Cassili. You know what? Nobody. I'm going to tell you that you can block that, right? You can block it with your will. You can just say no. I refuse to accept that energy. I refuse to acknowledge the energy. If you look for it, darling, you will give it power. So it's really important, and I have this a lot with people who feel that people are doing black magic on them and things. The fact is, nobody can do to you what you do not give them permission to do. Refuse the energy, right? Even if you have to walk around the house banging a saucepan, going out, out. Any energy that is dark and not in my positive favor does not belong in my energy field. Out. With love, out. No fear, only love, out. You have no place here. Just that's it. Don't take it. Don't acknowledge it. Seriously. Your mind will ramp that up. Okay, thank you, John. I really appreciate that. Yes. Okay. All right. Right. I'm gonna do. So what have we got? We've got Svetlana and we've got Asen. All right, 2 more, and that's it, and then we're done because everybody will lose the will to live otherwise. And my voice is getting progressively more husky. Okay, Svetlana. Good. Thank you for subscribing. That's wonderful. Really appreciate that. What kind of man will be my next relationship? Okay, let's give that one a go, shall we? Okay. Interesting. We've got, I forget to hold them up, don't I? We've got the Knight of Cups here. So this is somebody who is quite possibly quite romantic. And it's the Knight of Cups. So now what you've got to know about the Knight of Cups is that, yes, they can be real romantic but they can also be in love with love. So what you've got to know is that you need, whatever this guy is, you're going to have to give that some time to see, because on this card, we've got the guy driving the bike with the bride behind. The point is, it's all his agenda. And it's all about his happiness. Now, I'm not saying that he's a narcissist. I'm just saying that he's very involved in his own romantic journey and his own happiness, not in a way that is really horrible or selfish, but nevertheless, that will be his priority, right? So he could be somebody who is just a bit, falls in love quick and then gets swept away with the romance. Look, it's not saying it's a bad thing. Just take it slow, right? Take it slow and walk it through. Don't get swept away by romance. Don't allow yourself to be pulled along in somebody else's slipstream romantically. Hold your own ground and stay center. Keep the balance and let him do his thing and see where it leads. It's not a bad card at all. It could be a little flaky. That's all I'm saying. Okay, somebody who might be a bit too idealistic or swept away with things a bit. But anyway, Not bad at all. Quite nice, actually. It's a nice energy, but take it slow, Svetlana, right? Take it slow. All right, one more. Okay, what's Anthony's next action? Okay, Vanessa. Good. Okay. All right. What should you prepare for next from Anthony? Well, that's quite nice. So this feels like Anthony is perhaps making a few plans for the future, or, you know, not necessarily the long-term future, but maybe the short-term future. He feels like he is setting up some, well, that would be fun, and why don't we do that, and that would be good, and kind of like future curious, what could we do, what could we make happen? So that's all right. That's quite nice, right? It's not it's quite a buzzy energy, to be honest with you, quite fun also. So I think that's quite optimistic and quite cool. It isn't a very developed energy, so it's quite young in its essence. So it's very much exploratory and curious and a bit playful maybe, and a bit exciting. So this is nice. This is a nice stage. So I think that's what Anthony is going to be leaning into next. So enjoy. It's all right, isn't it? It's quite nice. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to leave it there. It has been very, very nice. I'm sorry if I haven't got to you, or, you know, if I've missed you. I was going to take a card for Karine. Karine, I'm so sorry I didn't get to you. I just got a bit waylaid with everything. It's been a very long, well, we've done 2 decks, so it has been long. But this has been great. And we thank Yolanda. I just want to call out Hillary. Oh, let me make sure I've got her name right. Put your glasses on, Janice. Hillary Zazula, who did the artwork on the cards that we've been looking at. So very nice. Thank you, Yolanda, for allowing us to use your cards. We're sorry you couldn't be with us. You would have been much better at your cards than I've been, but nevertheless, we thank you. And we've all enjoyed using them. They've been fascinating to see how the 2 decks have worked together. Anyway, guys, we will see each other next week. It has been lovely. Thank you, John. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry, everybody, if I couldn't get to you. I'm sorry, Ashby. I have to draw a line somewhere. Come back next week, Ashby. Be first for the queue. You're gonna have to get there early. Lovely to see you all. I will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye for now. Good night.